Everybody get up, it's time to slam now. We got the real jam going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Hey everyone, it's Miss Parrington here. Today I decided that I was going to make a video of how to shoot hoops with just a pair of socks. So the reason that I wanted to do this game with you is number one, to work on our accuracy when we're throwing. Number two, because it's fun. You can do it sitting on the couch, you can do it sitting in your bed, you can have competitions with your siblings, with your parents, with whoever is in your house with you. It's a blast. So give it a try, see what you think, and here we go. So most importantly, like it said before, what do you need for this? Well, you need socks. So here's the socks off of my feet, okay? That's what we're gonna use. All you need to do with them, put the tops together, and you're gonna roll them kind of into a ball. You also need a bucket. I'm just using this bucket that I have from Easter, but you can use a garbage can, you could use a bowl if you wanted to, a cup, really anything that kind of has this kind of shape to it. Even if it doesn't, if you have like a hula hoop at home, you can just lay it flat on the ground. You can make a target with tape on the ground or on the wall. So it really doesn't matter. Just the point of it is that you have something that you're shooting into. So if you have a basket and you have a ball, then we are ready to roll. Now, we don't have to start off with anything difficult. We can do something as simple as sitting right in front of the bucket and just tossing them in, okay? Once you do that and you get the hang of it, okay? You really want to get the hang of it, just so that when we move on to the next part, right, ready. It's not the same thing as throwing normally, right? If we're this close, we're not going all the way back and throwing it, otherwise it's going to be hard. It's just this little shot in front of us. Okay, if you notice, I kind of flip my wrist like you would in basketball. In basketball, you're here, right? The ball's in this hand. It's just sitting on the pads of your fingers. This hand supporting, and once you go to shoot, you flick your wrist. So when I do it here, I flick my wrist in. Okay, so you try going close, now you want to go a little bit further. So just back it up. Leave the bucket where it was.
Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam. Alright.
Now that you've gone really close, you moved it back a little bit, try from a different angle. So I'm going from an above angle this time. Usually in basketball, when we're shooting up. This time, we're shooting down. Okay, so now we can think of things like this. If you're doing a really close-up shot like this one, it's worth 1 point. If you're doing one, when I was sitting on the couch, maybe that's worth 2 points. And when I'm standing way back there, maybe it's 3. You and your siblings, you and your parents, whoever else you live with, you can have a competition now. You can have a game to 10, game to 11. Okay, so if you hit the close one, it's 1. If you hit the couch one, it's 2. Hit the far one, it's 3. If you get them all in, you have 6 points right there. Okay, so you can play games like this. Another game that you can do is a game like horse. Now, I know we went over this in phys ed class, but just a reminder, the game of horse, it can be in a group of 2, 3, 4, really whatever. The more people you have, the longer it takes, and that's great. We've got lots of time on our hands right now. So, horse. First, we need to be able to spell it. H-O-R-S-E, horse. Okay? The way it works is this. You designate someone to be the first person, the first shooter. So if the first shooter, they get to decide where they want to take a shot from. So maybe they want to be close, they want to be far, maybe they want to do, like a trick shot, maybe they want to do whatever. It's their choice. So if I'm shooter 1, I need to make a shot. If I make it, everybody else in the group has to make that exact same shot. So they would have to sit where I'm sitting and they would have to shoot it and get it in. If they get it in, nothing happens. If they don't make it, they get the letter H. Okay? The game ends when somebody has the full word horse. As the first shooter, if you get it in, you're great and everybody else has to do that shot. If you miss your shot, nothing happens to you, but it's the next person in line's turn. So if it's partner number 2's turn, they're gonna do their shot. Maybe they wanna do, the trick shot. If they get it in, then everybody else has to close their eyes and take a blind shot. Okay? If they get it in, nothing happens. If they don't, those other people that you're playing against get whatever letter it is. So if they already have an H, then they get an O. Does that make sense? Now, I really want you to be creative with this. So don't just do simple shots like the ones I did. You know, go behind the back. Throw from one area where you can't see where the hoop even is. So do a blind shot. Those are always incredibly difficult, so fun, and you feel so good when you make it in. You just want to celebrate and, you know, throw your fists in the air. It's awesome. So make sure you're being creative and do whatever shot you want. Now, one of the things that I am going to warn you about is if you have a dog, they can be a bit distracting. I also found out that my dog loves socks and likes to take them out of my bucket and run away with them. So just make sure that if your dog is around, you're very patient because they just want to play and have fun with you too. So here's some trick shots that you can try. Like I said, there's some hard ones to do, so test them out. This one I'm going to be throwing and aiming for the target, which is on the other side of the wall. It might look like I can see it from your angle, but I actually am completely blind to where the target is. So I stand up, I back up, and I'm going to take that shot. Did I get it? And if you get it, you can go even further back and try and make that blind shot again. And we can try a behind the back shot. I'm going to give you a hint. Always look to see where the basket is before you take your shot, just so you know kind of how close, how far, whatever. As if. Make sure every time you throw, if you miss, adjust it, right? Are you throwing too lightly, too hard? Is it going too far? Is it going too short? What do you need to do to adjust your throw to get it in? I call this shot the laying down shot. Harder than you think, especially when you have a dog that thinks that she's gonna play too. A long shot that's good is one where you go all the way down the hallway and try and make it in. Remember when you're taking these longer shots that you need to think about your normal throwing mechanics. So we always have our opposite foot forward. So if I throw with my right hand, it's gonna be my left foot forward always. If I throw with my left hand, it's gonna be my right foot forward. Okay, we always kind of wanna have that bit of a follow through. Obviously, we're throwing a really light object and it's not the same as how we would throw, you know, a dodgeball or a basketball, something like that. But there are similar mechanics to it. So think about those when you're throwing because it will help you. Come here, come here. Thank you. Another good idea is to train your dog to bring the socks back to you so that you don't have to get it yourself. Sit. Sit. I'm counting it! I'm counting it! The whole point of a game like this is just to have some fun with it. If you're bored at home, I mean, don't just sit around, don't just play video games, get up, do something. It can be as simple as shooting hoops with your socks. All you need to do though is just get up and be active. I hope you enjoyed the video today. I had way too much fun making it, and I think Austin may also had a good time. I look forward to hearing from you soon.
Here's your chance, do your dance at the Space Jam.